Tennessee Tech head coach Bobby Wilder, the team coming off their open date. They had the last time out played Georgia, obviously. They're going to start association play this week. Tennessee State will be the guest in Cookeville. So, Coach, some thoughts just general on your team since the last time we talked, and then we'll go into some more questions.
Yep, we won the bye. We got the win. That was really good. We needed it coming off back-to-back FBS games. We got banged up, bumped up quite a bit. So it was really good for the health of our football team, both mentally and physically. Had a couple of really good practices during the bye, and then basically just kicked everybody out for 3 days, knowing that we've got 70 straight days, 10 straight games. So it was really good to get that both mental and physical recovery from those 2 FBS games.
Well, and so then let's talk a little about this. So now you've had the 2 FBS matchups, you've had the open date, and now the games that count in the conference standings start. So what's the mindset then that with the program and going into this week?
Well, basically, Kyle, the way this works, you know it. We played 2 games for money. We played 2 games to pay bills. Everybody wants to talk about, hey, what a great experience for your kids. You go play the #1 team in the nation. Well, it's not necessarily a great experience for your kids when you get beat badly. And you look all over America. Look what happened to Western Illinois at Indiana. You look what happened to Furman at Ole Miss. Sure, you can sell this whole BS about great experience, but that's not what it's about. It's about the money. It's about paying bills. So you're in survival mode. You want to play good football. You want to compete. You want to be organized, detailed. And then you got to turn that page, say, okay, we raised our $850,000 to pay bills. And don't get me wrong, we got bills. College football is expensive, but that's what that was. Now the mindset is, here's 10 games in a row against FCS teams that are just like us. We get to go out and compete against people that are like us, teams like us, schools like us. So it's really exciting to get into this portion of the FCS schedule.
What have you seen from Tennessee State? I mean, obviously, this is your first year at Tech, so you're kind of going through the schedule, maybe teams or coaches you don't even know. What have you seen from Tennessee State so far?
Well, I'm big fan of Eddie George. Loved him as a player, Heisman Trophy, NFL. Got to meet him for the first time in January at our league meetings. And Eddie's always impressed the heck out of me, but I meet him at the league meetings. He's coming off of double knee replacement surgery. The guy doesn't have to be there yet. He's there. Just so impressed with Eddie in so many different ways, and familiarity with the league. Kyle, my youngest son Drew, starting center at Eastern Illinois, and I was at 3 of their games last year. Chris Wilkerson was nice enough to let me come in, be around the staff, and I watched all the league games last year on ESPN Plus, having no idea that I was going to end up as the head coach here at Tennessee Tech. So have some good familiarity with the league, a lot of respect for Eddie, for his program. They're off to a solid start. They're 2-1, so I expect this will be a really big challenge for us.
What about their quarterback, Draylon Ellison? He has 6 touchdown passes through 2 games. It's been pretty impressive.
Yeah, he is. He's fun to watch. He's not necessarily fun if you're the opposing head coach, but as a fan of college football, he's fun to watch play the game. He's competitive, really good arm talent. The ball comes out, and it's just got such a good release. I like the way he runs their system. They've got a good system they run. They take advantage of not only his talent, but getting their best 11 on the field. And schematically, you can see that they're trying to put the ball in certain guys' hands. So good scheme. They're good up front. They're solid. Very impressed with Draylon and with what they're doing systematically on offense.
Coach George earlier said that he thought your team's defensive front was the best in the conference and the best they faced since North Dakota State. I don't know if you have thoughts on that.
Yeah, that's a great compliment, especially coming from Eddie George. As you know, Kyle, the strength of this team last year was the defense, and we had a number of really good players that came back. We added some really good players to the defense. We're trying to play fast. We're trying to play physical. We're still trying to figure out who we are. You play Middle Tennessee on the road, then you play Georgia on the road. It's hard to know who you are with FCS competition, but that's certainly a great compliment coming from Coach George.
all these 8 conference games I know are equally important, but this is the opponents right down the road. There's the Sergeant York Trophy that the 3 Tennessee schools play for. It's a rivalry. Talk about just in generalities about playing a team that's right down the road from you.
Yeah, I think it's awesome. I wish we could do that more. I'm part of the group of coaches, administrators that screwed up college football and got us all over the place in conferences. I say that through my experience at Old Dominion. We went from the CAA, FCS, and moved up to FBS, and we've lost. That's so important, the regionality of college football, the rivalries, the being bus leagues, being able to have your fan base travel. And, here's a school that's 70 miles down the road. I hope someday we can get back to that, especially in Tennessee. There's a lot of really good FCS football in Tennessee. I'm hoping we can get back to it. It's special being able to have that rivalry with Tennessee State, with Tennessee Martin. It's good for us. It's good for Tennessee Tech. I feel like it's good for both of those schools as well. So I love the fact that we've got a school that close that we play every year.
That's it, Coach. Appreciate your time this morning. Best of luck. Enjoy those pies they brought you, and we'll talk. We'll talk to you next week.
Blackberry pies, delicious. Appreciate you, Kyle. Have a good day.